All right, stay tuned. Today, we're going to give you some information on Saddlemen seats on this 3.3 gallon Sportster. All right, so you got yourself a Sportster and it's got a stock seat and you're just sick of it. You don't like the way it feels. You want a different position. You want to be more locked in. You want more comfort. You're not the only one who's ever felt this, okay? The stock Harley seats are notorious for being just uncomfortable and almost useless. And that's why they're Saddlemen. Saddlemen makes a bunch of great seats in kind of different shapes and sizes. Today in this video, I'm gonna do some measurements with my measuring tape here. We're gonna go over some of the different stitch options that you have. You know, Saddlemen does a really good job of allowing you, the customer, to customize your seat so it fits in with your exact look. Whatever look you're going with on your Harley-Davidson, you know, they give you a bunch of options, whether it's the saddle hide color, main vinyl here that the seat is made of, or the stitch color. You can customize both of those, and there's a bunch of options. But you can also customize the stitch design, right? So on some of these, you got like a tuck and roll, and I'm gonna go over this later, but you got tuck and roll, you got lattice, you got honeycomb, you kind of got a plain one here, there's carbon fiber, there's this tri-gripper, which is new, and there's also the dragon scale. A lot of options for the Sportster. So without further ado, now this bike is actually for sale. So this is one of the bikes right off our showroom. It's a 3.3 gallon Sportster and it came with a Saddlemen seat on it. So our owner and our sales team for bike sales, we're always turning over bikes here at Lifestyle Cycles. We always have over 200 bikes in inventory at any given time. And we get them from auction, we get people that we buy them from, we do consignment. But this bike came in, I wanna say we picked it up from the auction, and it already had a Saddlemen seat on it, which is rare. A lot of the time, these Harleys that we buy, they don't have a seat, a custom seat on it, they come stock. So there's a lot of bikes out there and people who just aren't really aware of what Saddlemen does, who they are, and what they, you know, the value that they provide all the riders, which is really surprising because Saddlemen is a huge company and they're very popular. But this video is to show you guys the different sizes and the styles that Saddlemen offers. So I'm gonna measure this one from the front of the gas cap here to the back, just so you get an idea if you're sitting at your house and you're wondering, you know, what does this compare to in my stock seat? So this is about 26 3/4 inches from the back of the gas cap right down to the bridge here, the backrest, okay? The passenger part of this seat from the top of the backrest to the very back is 12 inches. It's 1 foot. And in width, you're looking at about 6.5 inches for the passenger. For the rider, the back of the seat is 9 3/4 and the front is about 5 inches. Okay, so now what does this look like when we sit on it? And again, this is the seat that came with this bike. I'm 6'1". I have long arms, but not crazy long arms. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my butt is firmly in there with that extended backrest. It sits a little bit higher than the stock seat would. It feels really good. And my arms are in a comfortable position. You know, they're not locked out, they're not scrunched up, you know. So it's in a good position. So let's measure some of these other ones and kind of talk about the style differences as well. Another thing I want to point out before we switch this out is the thumb knob here. So we sell a lot of Saddlemen seats, and there's a bit more that Saddlemen sells besides just seats that really complements your seat as well. One of the things being the thumb tab, that allows you to switch your seat really easily. It's a good thing, but it's also can be a con. You know, Saddlemen makes another option for back here, which is called the security screw, which makes it really hard for your seat to come off unless you have the proper key. You know, if somebody wanted to come, unscrew your thumb knob, take your seat, they could. With the security screw, they can't. They have to have the specific key for your specific knob, and we sell a ton of those. Almost each Saddlemen seat we sell, also we sell a security lock because people want to protect their investment. They don't want somebody yanking their seat off their bike. So let's take this one off, which this is actually a pretty good looking seat, I'll be honest. It's got a little bit of wear and tear to it, but it's got a good look. So I want to start off with this. This is Honeycomb, looks like gold or yellow. Can't be too sure. We're just gonna slide this in. Guys, the easiest install ever. Oh, and by the way, they come with a protector washer here. It's made out of rubber. Slide it between the seat and the bike and line it up. Super easy. Get your thread in there. There you go. So as you can see, totally elevates the look of the bike. Okay, it's got this honeycomb pattern with the Saddlemen in gold as well. It's honeycomb in the front for the rider, but it's plain in the back for the passenger. I'm gonna say that this is probably pretty similar to the measurements from the first seat, but let's go ahead and measure it again anyways. Front of the gas cap to the back, 26 3/4. Rider width, 9.5. Backrest height, about 5 inches. From front to back, 13.5. Passenger, in the front you're looking at about 6.5 inches. In the back you're at 5.5. And then you got another foot right here. So it's another really good looking seat that Saddlemen makes. Let's take it off and let's throw on one of the other ones. So as I was explaining, Saddlemen has all these different options for stitch patterns. We just did the honeycomb in gold. This is what they call the tuck and roll, okay? And it's all dependent on kind of what you're looking for from a style and from a comfort perspective. And again, super easy to install. You just find the tongue and the groove, slide it in, line up the back. This time we have a black protector washer. Line it up. And just like that, it really changes the look of the bike. Saddlemen is a performance company, and it's a style company, and it's a comfort company. Performance is it locks you in the same place each time you sit on the bike. You're always gonna be in the same position. There's no, moving your butt around, sliding around on something that doesn't have a lot of support like a stock seat. This type of seat really locks you in the position. So it keeps you in the same position so you can have a similar riding experience, which we like to think is a performance benefit. It's comfort because it's got the gel, their gel core technology, which is patented. And then it's also a style because it changes the look of your bike, right? You got the honeycomb, lattice. You can do something like this with brown, the saddle hide. Again, dozens of options. You could do bright yellow, bright red. This one right here, this is an example of a very customized seat. It's got the silver carbon fiber, red lattice in the back with the red stitching Saddlemen there. You can do all sorts of things with Saddlemen. So let's measure this one. It's gonna be very similar again because it's the same, but let's just measure it just for fun. 26.5 inches from front of the gas tank to the back. Looks like we're doing about 9 inches in the back for the rider, 5 inches tall for the backrest. In the front, you're looking at 4 3/4. It's a foot long for the passenger. It's about 6 inches in the front for the passenger and 5 inches in the back for the passenger. So I'm gonna sit on this one again. Let's see how this one feels. Yep, you can feel the backrest right in my kind of upper butt, lower back. Feels good. And there's a lot of clearance here in the leg on the Sportster. There's not a lot of material right here. So I can have my leg, freely. And if you're kind of a shorter length leg rider, there's lots of room for your legs to go straight through here. Okay, and I think last but not least, what we're gonna do is put the lattice stitch on, show you guys what that one looks like. So here's the Saddlemen seat, 3.3 gallon for the Sportster in lattice stitch, all black. It's got a great look to it. Slide this on. So easy DIY installation, incredibly simple. You can see the difference that it really changes the look of your Harley-Davidson from the lattice stitch to the honeycomb to the tuck and roll to the plain. There's carbon fiber, there's a ton of options. And what's great about here at Lifestyle Cycles is if you have any questions, you just call us. One of our customer support specialists will walk you through, we're selling a bunch of these every single day. We get questions on, stitch color, saddle hide color, gel options in the front. There's heated options on some Saddlemen seats. And we can build you the exact seat that you're looking for. So it matches the look of your bike. It's comfortable, it gets you that performance benefit, everything. We're just gonna knock out the Saddlemen seat for you and your motorcycle. If you're interested, you're ready to upgrade your seat to a Saddlemen, head over to the Lifestyle Cycles online mega store, If you're ready to buy, you know exactly what seat you want, put it together in your cart, you get free shipping on orders over $50 and 5% in megabucks. But let's say you got a couple questions, you're not sure exactly what you want, the seat you want for your bike, give us a call. Reach out, we got Kevin, we got George, they're on the phone, they're ready to answer all the questions you have about your Saddlemen seat. Thanks for stopping in, guys.
Whoa, wait! Don't go anywhere until you like and subscribe to make sure you get notified every time we post our how-to videos, our product reviews, and all of our amazing interviews with your favorite racers and industry icons. I'll see you guys next time.